Hey folks, got a great recipe today and thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Sunnyside John here. Our recipe today is going to be a creamy chicken butter recipe done in a slow cooker. It's easy, fun to cook, relatively healthy. Not the healthiest, but it's perfect for busy nights. Just heat it up after cooking it once. I did it low and slow for 7 hours. You can cook it high and let it fly for 3 to 4 hours. Hope you give it a try, and as always, the recipe, the ingredients, and instructions will be on the comments. Thanks for joining me, and let's get cooking. Let's go. All right, folks, here we go. This is a classic creamy slow cooker butter chicken. And I got a substitute for a garam masala because I could never find that spice in my grocery store. So I went ahead and got a supplement for that, which we'll go over. But the ingredients going to be 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs, cut in about 2-inch chunks right here. Chicken thighs. Then we're going to do the white onion, finely chopped. Then we're going to do 3 cloves of garlic minced. Might put a little more garlic in there. And then 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. Beautiful tomato sauce. Then we're going to do 1 cup of heavy cream. And then we're going to do 4 tablespoons of the melted butter. Is it melted? No, 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, about half a stick. And then a spice blend. This is going to replace the garam masala replacement. It's going to be 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, right over here. Then we're going to be 1 teaspoon of ground coriander. Then we're going to do 1 teaspoon of paprika. Sweet or smoked. I went with smoke because I can never find sweet. And then ground cinnamon. Where's the ground cinnamon? Right over here. And then we're going to do I didn't have this cardamom, but I do have a half a teaspoon of the allspice. Right over here. I'll crush it up a little bit. All right, and then in addition to that, we're gonna have the turmeric. Then we're gonna have the chili powder. Beautiful chili powder right there. And then some more smoked paprika. And then we're gonna do salt and pepper to taste. And then if you want to use a fresh cilantro to garnish. So this is a relatively easy one. This is why I wanted it. I have the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop up the onions. Then I'm going to chop up the chunks for the chicken. Then we're going to prep the base. We're gonna add the onion, garlic, ginger, tomatoes, and the butter, and all the spices into the slow cooker. Stir well. Then we're gonna add the chicken. We're going to cook it on low and slow for 6 to 7 hours. Or you can let it go on high and let it fly for 3 to 4 hours. I'm going to do a low and slow method until the chicken is tender. And then to finish, we're going to stir in the cream about 20 minutes before serving. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this for meal prep dinner for the week. All right, folks. Let's get going. Let's get cooking. This should be a good one, good tasty one. I'm excited about all the flavors on this one. Let's go. All right, let's go ahead and prep the base. Let's go ahead and add the onions. I got this new technique well, it's not new. I learned this technique on chopping the onions, dicing the onions, and it was I'm quite proud of it. So maybe I'll do a video on it one day. And then we're going to add the garlic, 3 cloves. I did a little bit more because I like the garlic. Then we're going to I'll add in the, let's see, onion, garlic, tomato sauce. There we go. Then we're gonna add in the butter. I just got 2 chunks, but it's gonna melt throughout the process. Boom, and boom. Now we're gonna go through the long process of all these ingredients here, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and start off with the tablespoon of turmeric. Here we go. Where is it? Over here. Look at that beautiful color right there. Gotta have the black pepper to activate that for the ultimate health benefits associated with it. Now let's go ahead and go with the, we're gonna go with the chili. Where's my chili? Look at that chili, look at the different colors there. I love looking at the spices and understanding the colors and the textures and the history of them. Oops. I got a little bit dropped. I'm gonna put it in, I put the old spice in there. And then we're gonna do the teaspoon of smoked paprika. And smoked paprika is one I use in a lot of my recipes. Let's get that in there. Then we're going to do the salt and pepper to taste. There's the salt and the important pepper. I'm using the Butcher Block black pepper. And this, like I said, helps activate the turmeric, adds a little bit of heat to the dish, and I'm a big fan of the black pepper. Now, since I didn't know, or I cannot find that garam masala spice, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna use the similar ingredients. So let's go ahead and do the cumin. We're going to do, oh, not cumin, that's the teaspoon of the cumin. Oh, let's go over here again. There we go. Then we're going to do the teaspoon of the ground coriander. I don't use this too often, but there we go. The Spice Islands for that one. All right, got that in there. And then let's do another teaspoon of the paprikas. And I'm using, I can never find a sweet paprika, so I'm using the smoked paprika, which is optional here too. Put that in there. And then we're gonna do half a teaspoon of the cinnamon. Half a teaspoon of the cinnamon right there is a half a teaspoon. And then we're going to do the half a teaspoon of the cloves or garlic spice. So what I've done is I crushed the garlic, the allspice, but I did have some remaining chili sauce or spice in there too. So I'm gonna put that in there. We're gonna toss this around, stir it around. All right. And now we're gonna put in our chicken, our cube chicken. This is the thighs, not the breast. Now let's toss this around, and we're gonna, remember you could cook it high, let it fly for 3 to 4 hours, or you could go put it on low and let it go slow. And then that could be low and slow, let it flow. And that could be 6 to 7 hours. All right, I'm gonna mix this up. I'm gonna get it cooking, and I'm gonna stir it around a little bit. And 20 minutes left, I'm gonna put in the heavy cream. This is gonna be an excellent recipe, easy to cook. Set it and go, set it and go. All right, thanks for watching, and let's go. All right, it's been cooking for about 7 hours on the slow cooker. I'm gonna put in a cup of the heavy cream, and then I got it on warm right now. I'm gonna probably keep it on here for 10 minutes. Then I'm gonna cool it off after that. 10 or 20 minutes. Nice texture. Looking forward to this cooling down, seeing the taste. It's a really good smell. All right, folks, be right back and give it a test. Let's go. All right, folks, here we go. Gonna let it cool down a bit more, but let's go ahead and give it a taste. I'm excited about this one. You can see all the textures, all the different ingredients we have in there. This is gonna be a perfect dinner for me. I'm gonna have a meal plan. I'm gonna put it over hopefully white jasmine rice, maybe some bread. And let's take a bite here. Look at that. Chicken is cooked well. Really good. I kind of like the taste. I like it. I like it pretty much. There's a little kick to it. You take your original taste and it has a little bit of kick afterwards. So I hope you give it a try. And as I mentioned before, the recipe, the ingredients, and the shopping instructions will be in the comments. As always, I appreciate you watching. If you got any value from this recipe or this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm a very small channel, so I really appreciate you watching and being here. I hope you have a great day. And as always, believe in yourself. Let's get going. Let's get cooking. Let's go.